What do you got going on, McToon?
Oh, I'm just working right now. But
What you been hanging out with Quap?
not hanging out.
I thought you guys were boys.
Oh no, I watched on Thursday. No, Tuesday. I watched the video that he did. It was pretty funny, but it was a little disjointed.
A little.
The exposing the Shills part 2. It was kind of funny. Um, so, yep.
Are you one of the shells?
I'm not.
He didn't expose you.
He didn't really expose anybody. It was a little like I said, a bit disjointed. I think he thought that the Witsbit was a shill because he had a Bluetooth earbud. That's pretty solid evidence for being a shill.
I mean, I could see if he had one with the coiled up.
Yes, that's
you know what I'm talking about.
Talks into the cuff
The
of
wrist,
his
into the wrist.
He should.
If he had that going on, then maybe. But just a regular Bluetooth, I don't know. It's shaky.
I was wondering, when was the last time Austin's been around? I don't
Oh,
even
it's been
know.
a minute. He ain't been here for like a couple months, maybe.
Yeah.
He was going heavy with PhD Tony back and forth there for a minute.
Yeah.
That's your boy, right? PhD Tony, that's your boy.
Well, he's okay. He gets a little heated. It's entertaining, but I prefer it to not be like so hot, but whatever. Tony's a good guy.
What you want with Danny?
Oh, I just saw he was in here. But obviously he's not listening right now. So, Danny and I are we've known each other for a while. I think it was March. Yeah, last March, on the way back from our vacation, we drove through Kentucky and stopped off and met him for lunch. So he had lunch with my family. What was the name of the guy that Nathan Oakley had on his show that was in Antarctica for 18 months? I cannot remember his name.
Oh, the guy that said the sunset, or
he just said, no, he never said that. And Nathan put those words in his mouth. He said the sun did this, and then drew like his pointer finger across the in front of him. That's all he said. And Nathan's like, oh, that means it's set. But it's not what he said. Anyway, I was just trying to remember his name.
No, I don't really watch Oakley. I used to a long time ago.
Really? You liked him?
When I was first got in this, there wasn't a lot of stuff to watch.
Okay. Scraping the bottom of the barrel, I guess.
I mean, there just wasn't a lot out there. This was like, 5, 6, 7 years ago. So
yeah.
Am I gonna listen to Fight the Flat Earth or something?
Well, Craig's a good guy. We met up in Chicago last month. He flew into Chicago for DebateCon and then took a train to Cleveland and then flew down to Nashville. And so for the weekend, he was in Chicago and we hung out, went to the Science Museum, went to Gino's East, my favorite restaurant. Went to the Harry Potter store there, brand new Harry Potter store on.
Wow. I didn't think it was going to get nerdier than the first thing you said, but clearly it is.
Oh, yeah. let's see. I don't know. I don't think he bought anything there. Um,
You got a magic stick?
no, but I mean, I was just trying to out nerd that going to the store, but I don't think I can beat that.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
What's the debate con? You guys go and debate like evolution and stuff?
No, it's done by Modern Day Debate. I wasn't there. But Craig went. He was debating against Andrew Wilson's wife, who was against feminism, and I haven't watched it. I don't know.
Oh God, feminism was probably propagated by the powers that be. Because I mean, if you're like trying to get money and stuff and make stuff happen, like, you don't want half of your workforce just sitting home doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? Raising the kids right. You don't want that. You want them, workforce paying taxes. Let's get out there, get everyone paying taxes.
Yeah, I think it's contributed to inflation potentially, having more, you know, higher percentage of people working. There's good and bad, I guess. My wife mostly has raised the kids. So,
I mean, spend a little time in the workforce. You wish you could stay home and take care of the kids.
oh yeah.
That sounds like a dream right there. Imagine fighting to stop that. That's crazy. I'm telling you, man, that was pushed by the powers that be, dude. Controlled opposition.
Oh, people are showing up now. Oh, I see SC Montreal. He's always funny.
He's Canadian, so what do you want?
Yeah. I think is he
Talk
French
about funny.
Canadian? There he
I was
is.
just
How you
thinking, like
doing? How you
hearing your
doing?
voice, I was just thinking, I already know his cockamamie cosmological views, but I'm curious, what are your, I don't know if anybody's asked you this before, what are your political views? Do you have any?
No, not really.
Well, he's really trying to ask, are you for or against Trump?
Yeah, kind of something like that. I just talk about funny and laughter. Yeah, I'm curious.
Well, my guy did not win. Vermin Supreme. That was the guy I was going for, but he did not win.
I don't
I
even
wish
know
we could
who's
have
that.
voted that guy in who wanted to. I know, never heard of him.
Oh, here, I'll put a picture of him in the chat there.
See, I told you we're gonna have some laughs.
There he
What is it,
There
like
it
an
is.
independent?
There's my guy. There's my guy right there. He promised a pony to everybody. So, I mean, how do you
Oh,
how do you
okay.
not vote for that?
I could have
Right?
voted for the guy that. I could have voted for the guy that wanted to do a 32-hour work week. That's something to go on. I think he was like the governor of Vermont or some shit. That's the only way I'm gonna get out there and vote. You got to get something. You want to get me out there. You got to dangle a carrot.
Well, how about a free pony?
I don't
That's a
need a
good
pony. I
carrot.
need a 32-hour work week. That's not a good carrot. Now I got to feed the pony. Fuck carrots. Now I got to give the carrots.
Maybe he should have promised free carrots too. That was why he didn't win next time. There's always next time.
So you're for Trump or against Trump?
I'm for Vermin Supreme. That's my guy.
Yeah. So all we're gonna get is like jokes and
I'm
stuff
not
like that.
answering that.
That's right. That's all you're gonna get is jokes.
Well,
I
I
mean, I
already
think
have you tagged as the Jerry Springer of of the ballers. So I mean, I didn't expect anything
all
more
right.
from you.
That's
So,
a
yeah.
that's a good topic. Am I the Jerry Springer or is Craig the Jerry Springer?
No, he's the
Well,
booger eater.
you can both claim that title. Yeah, I have you both
Well,
up in that category.
there. Have you not watched Highlander? There can be only one.
Well, let's take a vote. I mean,
That's a good idea.
fight the tight shirt is totally off the rails, right? you try somehow to, to use logic, but I mean, you fail, right? So I don't know. Maybe Fight the
Oh,
Tight Shirt has one up on you. Maybe 1 point.
for the Jerry Springer. See, I'm
Yeah.
with you there. All right, we can agree on that. Look at that. We're solving problems.
So your shtick is just ridicule, right? You really don't want to
No,
get to the bottom of anything. It's just
no.
ridicule, right? Let's
I
ridicule the flat earther.
no. So I went to Antarctica. I measured the distance between lines of longitude. I did a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if you saw it all or not, but I did a lot. So not ridicule.
Well, besides that one thing you've done, right? Like your whole shtick is to ridicule the flat earther, right?
No, I mean, I think
Yes.
it's okay because a lot of them really earn it, but for the most part, no. I like just sticking to the evidence.
The evidence.
Yeah.
So what evidence do you have for your globe?
You should certainly watch some of my debates so I mean, I cover it in the debates.
No, but you don't debate. That's why I don't watch you. You just ridicule. You don't debate.
Oh, obviously you don't watch. So how can you, if you just said you didn't watch and then you said what I do during the debates that you didn't watch? That doesn't make much
Well,
sense.
unless you changed from your previous persona.
Could be. Is Geo here? No.
I think he's AFK too.
All right. I mean, I just popped in because Danny's here, but Danny's not even here. So who's this y equals 1 over root 1 minus v squared over c squared, the Lorentz formula? Who's that? Oh, that's not y, that's gamma, isn't it? Who's that?
I think that's Hammer-Eyes.
F95 ham?
I think it's Hammer-Eyes.
Okay.
Not
Who's that?
100% sure on it.
Okay.
Let me ask you, Toon. I think you brought a compass
I brought
to the
3.
south.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us what did you see? What kind of compasses and what did you see?
I brought a basic north hemisphere compass that has so it's got a weight on the south side of the magnet.
What did that
to
show?
the
Let's start with that one. What
Yeah,
did
so
that show?
that one, as predicted, it bottomed out. It's just a little tiny one. It bottomed out on the south side of it, was rubbing up against the bottom of the whatever the thing it's in. So like you had to kind of shake it, but if you tipped the whole thing, you could get it to not be bottomed out, but it's not a great compass. I brought that just to test, what is said about northern hemisphere compasses. Then I brought one that's supposed to be a global compass. It's not a super expensive one, but it worked. It worked okay, and I
What do you
used
mean it
that both
worked? It pointed north. It still pointed north.
it pointed both north and south because it's got 2 ends to the needle. But the thing I was really curious about was the declination, because there's the model of the globe predicts a certain declination in different locations. So in both Punta Arenas and in Union Glacier, I tested the declination of that compass and it matched the globe prediction. And
But
then
the south my question was both the first two compasses you mentioned, the first one that you tried to level it out, they
yeah,
both pointed the same direction, right? There was no
yeah,
change in direction.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I brought a dip compass, which measures both the regular, what a compass measures horizontally, but it also measures the vertical angle of the magnetic field. And that one worked pretty well. It was pretty cool. In Punta Arenas, the southern end of the needle was pointing down. So the inclination of the magnetic field in Punta Arenas was what the globe predicted. But unfortunately, it got damaged during the flight to Antarctica, so it was a little bent. So I couldn't use it in Antarctica. It's a bit of a sensitive, like arms on it, and even though I made like this foam case to put it in, it still got bumped around a bit too much.
So it pointed down, you said?
Yeah, the south end of it pointed down in Punta Arenas.
So that would indicate what to you? That the magnetic field in the south was a bit stronger?
Nope, the magnetic field in the south has a certain inclination. So there's both a horizontal and a vertical angle to the magnetic field. And the globe predicts that in Punta Arenas, the inclination of the magnetic field is that the south end of the needle should point down.
The inclination due to what?
The magnetic field of the Earth.
So it would be stronger in the south in order for that to happen.
No,
Well, if the magnet was below you, if the magnet was below you, wouldn't it? Real quick, McToon. If the magnet was below you, wouldn't it be doing that?
No, it's based on the direction of the magnetic field.
The direction of the magnetic field, yeah.
Yeah, so it's independent of the strength of the magnetic field. But I did bring a magnetometer to measure the strength of the magnetic field as well.
And
Yeah,
what
so
did
if
it
it's
show?
below you, real quick, Essie. If it's below you, wouldn't it be going down?
Well, it's not that simple. It's a little more to it because of course it's all below, like it's all within the Earth. So it's about the angle of it. So when you're closer to the north magnetic pole, then the north end of the needle will be down. And when you're closer to the south magnetic pole, then the south end of the needle will be down. So not about the strength of it. It's about the proximity to the field, to where the north and south poles actually are.
I'm just wondering, what do you think would happen on a flat Earth with the magnetic? Like it wouldn't be going down on a flat Earth.
So now there's a couple different contradictory ideas about the magnetic field of the flat Earth. The most common one is that it's just a single north pole at the center, and people are unaware that there is a south magnetic pole, and so they'll just take you've probably seen the videos. They'll just take a Gleason map. They'll drop a compass underneath or a magnet underneath it, and then they'll take a compass and they'll move it around in circles. They say,
Okay.
"Oh, look, that works." But in reality, there is a south magnetic pole, which is
Okay.
in the ocean between Australia and Antarctica. And
Yeah,
it
so
seems most flat earthers are unaware of that.
I know, but what would be the prediction for flat Earth on which way the compass is going to tilt?
Yep, the prediction in both of those models in Punta Arenas, the north end of the needle will point down.
On a flat Earth with two magnetic poles?
Yeah, with either the reality of two poles, one at the North Pole or near the North Pole, and one in the ocean between Australia and Antarctica, because that's pretty much the opposite side of the Gleason map. The south magnetic pole is even farther away from Punta Arenas than the north magnetic pole. So the north end of the dip compass must point down.
Yeah, down on a flat. I mean, I don't know what all that was, but if you're near the magnetic pole on a flat Earth, which way is it going to point?
Depends which pole you're talking about. But on the flat Earth, Punta Arenas is nowhere near either pole.
Okay, the South Pole. I mean, I don't know how you know that. How do you know that?
How do I know what?
That on flat Earth, the magnetic pole is not where you say it is.
Oh, well, the South Magnetic Pole exists in a place in reality. We don't get to argue reality. Reality is that the South Magnetic Pole is in the ocean between Australia and Antarctica.
Okay.
Okay. And then on the
No one's
Gleason map,
arguing that.
the South Magnetic Pole is almost the opposite side of the map from where Punta Arenas is.
Okay, I don't know about a Gleason map. Forget the Gleason map. How about just on a flat Earth where you're next to the South Magnetic Pole? Which way would it be pointing? Up, down, level?
It depends where you are.
We're near the South Magnetic Pole, like we
Okay, if
just
you're
said.
near the South Magnetic Pole on flat Earth, then the south end of the dip needle must point down.
And which way did yours point when you were there?
Down.
Oh, okay.
But we were nowhere near the South Magnetic Pole, according to the Gleason map.
I don't know about a Gleason map. I don't know why you keep bringing it up. That's weird. Is that your favorite map or?
No, that's the map that flat earthers have used for the last 150 years. Now, if there's a different map, I'm glad to use it, but so far that's the one that has been the predominant map. I mean, I've got a stack of flat Earth books. They all have that on the cover.
Yeah, it's neat.
You know,
It's neat,
there's a
but
flat Earth app. It's got that map. There's one. You know, there's
it's all
actually
over.
like
It's all over. Yeah, I
there's
hear you.
3 different maps. Like so if there's a different one, I'm open to testing that one, but lacking somebody saying, "Hey, here's the one that is actual." Like, never mind all these fake ones. Yeah, this is the real one. Like, okay, I'll look at that, but until somebody shows up with it, I can't test the not map that nobody gave me, right?
Yeah. So when you said your prediction, you were like, "Oh, the globe predicts that this is going to tilt down when we get near the pole." It would be the same on a flat Earth, though.
No, because not in Punta Arenas, because
When
Punta
you're near
Arenas
the
is nowhere
magnetic
near.
pole, when you get near a
But Punta
magnetic
Arenas,
pole, it starts to point down.
sure, but Punta Arenas is nowhere near the magnetic pole.
But you're getting closer to it, right?
On flat Earth? No,
You're not getting closer to the magnetic pole on flat Earth.
not in Punta Arenas. No,
Okay, well, how far away is it?
on the Gleason map or on the map that is your map.
I mean, I don't have a map. I don't know.
Okay, then I can't answer the question for you. If you don't want the Gleason map, so I can't answer the question for that, and you don't have a map for me to test, so I can't answer your question.
Have you? Let me ask you this: have you guys falsified flat Earth scientifically?
Yeah. Yes.
Scientifically.
Yes.
So that means you've 100% proven that there's curvature.
We've 100% falsified flat Earth.
Yes, which means therefore there 100% has to be curvature.
I think your
Proven.
logic is a little failed there.
Is it?
Yeah.
If flat is false, then obviously curve has to be true because there's no other. It's the antithesis of flat.
Yeah, I guess if
I
you want to
think
go
your
that way.
logic is maybe a little flawed here.
Yeah, that works. I'm fine if you want to go there. So yes, by that line of reasoning, yes.
Ah, so my logic wasn't flawed. It was actually
I'm granting
actually
you
you.
for the conversation that, but anyway,
It's not for the
so
combo.
yeah,
If something's false, the antithesis of it must be true. No.
if there is an antithesis, but people generally say false or false dichotomy, right? But if you want it to be if you
This is
agree that
very
it's a
obviously
dichotomy,
not flat
if you
would be curving.
yeah, if you agree in that dichotomy and that it's a true dichotomy, then I'm with you. I'll go there with you. Yeah.
So you agree there's 100% scientific proof?
No, that there's no such thing
Oh,
in actual science. There's no such thing as scientific proof in the realm of science. But if you want to talk just common parlance, then yeah, go ahead.
so you
Well, you
just
just said
contradicted what Jeremy said. You just
But
contradicted what you told Jeremy.
here's what I'm saying.
you just said
Here's what I'm
you
saying.
scientifically
This is
typically
your position. It's your position, Jeremy.
science flat Earth has been
grant
falsified. You said that.
I'll
You
grant
said
you your position if you need for this
no, but
conversation.
you said I don't need you to grant me anything. You just said you've scientifically falsified flat Earth. Flat Earth has been scientifically falsified. Therefore, if that's false, there must be curvature. So by falsifying flat, you've proven curvature. Congratulations. You use science to prove things 100%. Let's go.
All right. Now,
That's
seems
fucking
that
awesome,
you're
McToon.
okay.
Glad to hear it.
I just want to make sure.
I've been arguing
I'm
with these guys
you.
forever. You can prove things in science. They kept telling me, no, you can't, but you did it.
If
dope.
you will agree that that is a correct dichotomy, then go ahead with that. Yeah.
You just admitted to me that it's 100% proof. So yeah, way to go, bro. Thanks for that. We much appreciate it. Finally.
MC Toon, what's your idea of proving things in science?
Sorry, hold on, Cole. Do you think that's a false dichotomy, the thing I said?
Who are you asking?
I'm asking, you said if I believe that dichotomy or whatever, like you didn't believe it. Obviously, flat, it has to be curving, right?
Can I just clear this up real quick for Toon? Because I don't think.
No, hold on, dude. I got him in a corner, bro. What are you going to save him? It's McToon.
Not saving him at all. I'm just clearing something up. We've been having this big debate about 100% proof, and that's what he's talking about, whether you can have 100% proof or not.
He just admitted we can, Cole. He just admitted we can.
All right, so I'm much more in the ring with Karl Popper. So if you've not read The Logic of Scientific Discovery, then it's be good. I mean, you could just read chapters 3 and 4. Is that's a good introduction to it.
Yeah, I fuck with Karl Popper, but the thing is, you said that we've scientifically falsified flat Earth,
yes.
which means it's 100% not flat, which means now you have to have curvature. 100% proven.
Oh, but see, that goes away from Popper.
I know, but it doesn't matter if it goes away from Popper. You did that. We just went through it.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want it to be that, you go ahead. If you want to,
I don't want it to be anything. That's just what it is.
You want to declare, Jeremy, you want to declare the Earth has been proven something, then you go ahead.
Hey, when McToon's talking, if you want to know when McToon's lying, it's because he's talking
Flat.
his lips are moving.
Yeah. Hold on, man.
Yeah, shut up there, child abuser.
Hold on. The thing is, McToon, I don't want to do anything. I was just following through with what you said. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not flat, it must be curving.
All right,
so,
go ahead. Go with that then.
Do you not agree?
Go with that.
Do you not agree?
He already agreed. It's settled.
But this is the cool thing. No flat earther has ever presented any challenges to the evidence that I've done here. So that's what's nice.
And when they go to flat Earth, guaranteed that it's a done deal. That's their go-to. When they're cornered, they go to the shape.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Before you agreed 100%, right? To me, you agreed 100%?
No, I agreed that we falsified flat Earth. There we go.
100%.
Which means it has to be curving then,
100%,
right?
100% falsified flat Earth.
Okay, you hear that? He just agreed again, Jeremy. You hear what he just said?
Hold on, but he's not agreeing.
You hold on, bro. You hold on. He just agreed to me that they falsified Earth 100%, correct, Toon?
Falsified flat Earth. You need to put flat Earth.
Flat Earth, yes. You agreed to that, right? 100%, correct?
100% falsified flat Earth. Yes.
There it is.
Yes, but now he's not agreeing. He's not agreeing to the dichotomy, though, of if it's not
every
flat,
sunset falsifies.
it must be curving.
So the ballers heard it, right? McToon just agreed 100%.
100% falsified. 100%
has been falsified.
Flat Earth has
Right.
been falsified 100%. Yeah.
Which means 100% Earth is curving. 100% proven.
Your words. Got it.
That's the dichotomy. There's no other choice. There's no other choice other. You don't agree
It's
to that
Hegelian
dichotomy?
dialect. He speaks Hegelian dialect, bro.
Hold
That's all
on,
he speaks.
flat,
Hey, shut up,
please.
child abuser.
Please don't call names and attack people, guys. Come
No,
on.
I'm gonna tell him right to his face that he rapes children.
No, don't do that.
You're,
You can't do that.
Are you serious,
Yep.
McToon? You're really going to say
Latter-day
that?
Saints.
Oh
Latter-day
my
Saints.
god.
Every
serious
Saturday night he does.
accusation. Holy
Don't
shit.
try to squirm away from this tune by doing
That's
that.
what
Like, let's
Latter-day
stick to
Saints
the
does every
topic.
Saturday.
What?
Yep.
I didn't hear what
Forget
you said.
about him. Let's stick to the topic.
Okay. I'll be the mature one here.
That's never happened.
Stick to the topic. He's out of the picture.
Good.
So if
As
you 100% falsified the flat Earth, what does that mean, McToon?
means you should go read The Logic of Scientific Discovery so that you understand the context in which I'm talking.
We understand. No, we understand. Flat Earth is 100% false, which means that it must 100% be curving. Because is that a true dichotomy or no?
I think you like it. Sounds like you like it.
You like it.
This is not about liking. About our favorite cake is chocolate.
Should have let
or
there be
vanilla.
silence. You should have let the silence settle for a second, Essie.
Should have let the silence settle because that proves things.
No, he's right. The silence means a lot.
You prove things when you falsified flat Earth. You prove there's curvature.
Thank you. I'm glad you.
100%, 100% scientifically proven. You can prove things through science. That's awesome.
So now when any baller says, what are you talking about? We can bring them to their guru, right? McToon, and show him this clip that he says 100%. 100% can be disproven.
Well, now, hold on. McToon is not my guru. Just to make that clear.
That's
And
your boy.
even though I'm a baller, I do like McToon. I'm a mod on his channel. But what I'm saying is science says that you can never be absolutely 100% certain about something. The mathematics says that's how you prove things, but in science it says you can never be absolutely 100% certain because then you take it off the table that you could ever change it later on. If you're 100%
I know, but this is
certain of something, you can't
unchangeable.
change it.
I know, but this is unchangeable though. If Earth is not flat, that means it has to be curving 100%. There's no like wiggle your way out of this. That's it. It's a dichotomy. McToon don't like it. I don't know why. Give me a third option if it's not a dichotomy, but
This is like the movies where you have the blue wire and the red wire. Which one are you going to cut? There's like only two options.
you always cut the red wire.
You just throw it out the window and run.
You know what I'm saying,
So
Cole?
are
Like
you
if it's not flat, it has to be curving. There's no other option.
You disagree with McToon?
I'm glad to know your position, Jeremy. I'm
That's
more
science.
like
My
I said,
position is science can prove things.
I'm more of a Popperian than that, but that's fine. I know different people have different things like that, but okay. So you've declared
ask you
that
this,
the Earth
McToon.
is curving.
No, I was just running through your
It's a
logic.
perfect binary. Straight and curving is a perfect binary. Straightness is the absence of curvature. So you can't have something to be straight and curving.
Right.
Let me ask you this, McToon. Did science falsify stationary Earth?
Yes.
So 100% Earth is moving then. Congratulations. You proved another thing. Holy shit, dude. We are on a roll. We're on a roll.
Right.
Proven
Movement and
things.
stillness, perfect binary. Stillness is the absence of movement. Yeah, if you prove one, you disprove the other. If you disprove one, you prove the other. It's called an absolute binary. They do exist in nature.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad we're all of the same opinion that the Earth is moving and it's a globe.
Can we go for a trifecta? Let's try a trifecta.
You're gonna
Let's
ruin
go
it.
for 3.
You're gonna ruin it.
He's gonna ruin it. Go ahead, ruin it.
I'm gonna ruin it?
Hold on. Arwen's
Go ahead, let's see.
All right, wrap it up, Esty. I gotta talk to Arwen.
Okay, one more.
All right.
Have you proven that the Earth's atmos is next to a vacuum?
No, that's ridiculous.
100%?
Nobody claims that. That's silly. All right, Arwen, what's going on, buddy?
You see what I mean? He just breezed. He couldn't handle that one. He couldn't handle that one.
Okay, shh. I want to talk to Arwen.
Oh, you want to talk to Arwen? I get it. I'm too much for you. I got it. Go ahead.
No,
He's running
Arwen,
as usual. That's what he does.
Arwen is one of my favorites.
This is Jerry Springer now activating. He
Now
knows
he's gonna
Arwen
suck
is
off
an easy
Arwen. He's
target.
got to run away to him.
Yep.
All right, Arwen, buddy.
Yeah, Arwen, send this guy a life raft.
Oh my gosh, come on, Arwen. Don't leave me hanging.
Let him hang, Arwen. Let him hang. He doesn't want to admit the trifecta. He doesn't want to admit it.
He's just loading his shotgun.
So, Toon, your model doesn't say that your Earth is a ball of gas in a vacuum? Are you denying that?
It doesn't say it's next to a vacuum.
Well, what is space? Yeah. What is space?
It's lower pressure. Now,
so not a near vacuum.
So some people play games here. So, if you have say you have a jar of Snapple, right, and on the lid there's that little top that's down, and when you twist the lid, and it snaps up, right? What would you say is the description of the pressure inside that Snapple jar?
We're not talking about Snapple. We're talking about your pseudo model. Your pseudo model that claims Jupiter is a ball of gas, right? And your Earth is a ball of gas.
Where did Arwen go? All right, you scared Arwen away. I'm blaming you.
So you don't want to address
I'm blaming you, bro. Your weird ass keeps asking for him. That's probably why he left.
Gosh, Arwen left.
He knows he can't handle me.
All right, bro. You have no evidence.
Arnold,
all right, here's what it is, dude. You have no evidence of curvature. You have no evidence of movement, and all evidence of space is fakery. That's where we're at right now, McToon. You're supposed to be here trying to convince us of the other.
No, he's denying the model. This is what he's doing. He's denying the pseudo model because he knows it's devastating for him.
The 2025 prediction all the way through. Let's see.
Yeah, no curve, no movement, no space. The best y'all could do was send Witsit to Antarctica.
That was
the best he can do is run for Arwen.
Let's see. Wasn't that your prediction?
Honestly, it's even worse. Yeah, that's even worse, bro.
All right, Danny's here. Danny. When I came in here, it was like 4 people and you. And look at this. All these people show up all of a sudden.
Well, Danny got activated when I mentioned Jupiter. I know this is devastating for the pseudo model. What's up, Danny? You want to say something? You hear that silence?
I do.
I just got here. I left it on and I was asleep. I'm awake now. I've only been here a couple of minutes.
How you doing, Danny? Good to see you.
You can see me?
Good morning.
Well, I'll in my mind's eye, I can see you.
In my mind's eye, I can see a curve, but not in reality.
Always lead with astral projection. Danny, you remember a few months ago? Danny,
I was actually thinking about the Toby Mac song in my mind's eye.
Yeah, when I astral projected, I seen the globe. That's the only time.
Hold on, he got activated with Jupiter. Why are you guys trying to change the subject? Danny, in your pseudo model, right? Is Jupiter a gas ball mostly in a vacuum of space? Yes or no, sir?
No.
What is it?
Can I get a signed, autographed book of Nathan Oakley's book from you, McToon?
Most of Jupiter is in a liquid state, not a gaseous state.
Okay, but is it in a vacuum? Is space a vacuum in your model?
Please define a vacuum.
A near vacuum.
Wow.
A near vacuum.
Please define a vacuum. Not a vacuum cleaner.
They don't want. It doesn't want. They don't want to admit it.
Deny.
This is the state of Globers, bro. They're fucking destroyed at this. They're fully demoralized. They do not even defend their own model at this point.
Danny knows that flat earthers like to play word games.
It's not a word game. It's your model.
If you can't define the word that you're using, then it's a word game.
Okay, we can define it. We can define it as space void of most particles. How's that?
Yeah, that's fair.
Is that good? So, Danny, is the space around your model, which is Jupiter, is that a near vacuum, as I defined it?
Space is at a very low pressure for the most part.
Okay. Okay. So, how is it possible to have a gas ball, mostly liquid and some gas, in a vacuum? Can you please explain that?
Because there is a force involved, but you don't believe in that force.
So your go-to is gravity. There you go, guys. That's all they have, really. That's all.
That's all we have. Yeah, the explanation. That's all we have. Yeah, the answer. Yeah. That's all we got.
Something with.
But hold on here. Okay, I'll challenge that. Is gravity a force according to the accepted what gravity is now? Is it considered a force?
It's easier.
I wasn't talking to you, NASA. Please let Danny talk. He hardly talks.
Oh, you want him? You want him to fall into your trap?
He's actually speaking. Please stop.
I know you won't like this answer, and you won't agree with this answer, but yes, gravity is a force. Problem is, in physics, we often look at things more than one way, and in general relativity, it's not. But in general physics, you spend much of both semesters really learning Newtonian physics, not relativistic physics. And any general physics.
Danny,
don't interrupt him.
With all due respect, it's been superseded by Einsteinian, which is not a force.
He's teaching you. Stop interrupting.
Incorrect.
Have some respect.
Not superseded. Not superseded.
Not superseded. General relativity is a more modern, different way of looking at gravity, but it's not the only way of looking at gravity. And the problem is you can't handle that.
No, that's called dialetheism. You can't have it both ways, sir.
Yes, we can. Because you can develop Newtonian gravity, Newtonian physics.
You can have dialetheism.
You see, the problem is that
he just said yes to dialetheism.
Newtonian.
You got accused of dialetheism, and you said yes. You're a fucking clown.
Newtonian physics is a subset of Einsteinian physics.
You can have a married bachelor.
That's another clown shit. No, it's not. One came before the other.
Why does it matter if it's a force or not? Why don't you just think of it how it works? Like I say all the time, you know yourself that when you drop something, it falls. You know the air is mass because you can condense it and it gets heavier and everything else. You can freeze it. So you know the air is mass. You know that vacuums don't suck. So if you only have one thing happening and that's pulling it down towards the ground, that's the only force that's going on, and nothing is pulling it off the earth, even its own pressure expanding is not great enough to cause it to go off the earth. And we know that because we have a density gradient. So we know that its own pressure against its own self is not strong enough to overcome the pull down. I don't care if you call it dropity. Whatever's pulling it down, that's the only force you have. So why would you expect it to leave the surface and float and fly out into space if nothing is pulling it up and only something pulling it down?
It's not what I expect. I'm attempting to show you that what you believe in, this pseudo model that you believe in, is physically impossible. You can't have all of gas and liquid in a vacuum. I'm sorry, guys. It's just the way it is.
You can because of gravity. Because it doesn't go from 14.7 psi to nothing in an instant. It gradually fades out until it gets really, really close to zero, and then it gets even closer to zero. Then it's basically zero.
And then it's the firmament.
Where's the firmament?
And then you hit a vacuum, and all your
Above your
fantasies
head.
go away. They just shatter.
No. It goes gradually to zero. The biggest change is from sea level to a foot above sea level. That's much different than the change from almost zero to zero.
Then, Master? How do you have clouds?
Clouds. That you won't get the clouds. We have to start talking about temperature.
I thought you said it was gradual, except we have different layers of clouds. It can't be so gradual.
We need to talk about temperature. We need to talk about temperature then. The clouds are more reliant on temperature than they are pressure.
Yo, can gravity do work in your model? Can gravity do work in your model?
Nope.
Not you know.
No, it does not.
So
no, in their model. In their model. Not mine. I don't have a model. But their model, it doesn't work. No, it does not.
Like he said, when you drop something and falls to the ground, there's work being done. Right? Force multiplied by distance equals work. Correct? Gravity is a force. I'm just gonna tell you where I'm going. Where's the energy coming from?
There's no force. The only force is the ground hitting the ball, apparently.
It doesn't
Something's
matter.
in free fall, no force acts upon it. That's what they say.
It doesn't matter.
They just said it depends on how you look at it.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
exactly.
In order for them to make this work, they have to throw Einstein under the bus.
No,
and go with the dialectic.
Let me say
they're
this.
Say dilithianism, and they're going to say yes.
You understand that a force a force has to act upon something to make something move or do anything else. It has to have a force acting upon it. Let me finish this. If a vacuum does not suck, that means no force is trying to pull it off the planet. The only force there is pulling it towards the ground. And you know that when you drop anything, it falls. You know that there's a gradient which shows that the force pulling it down is stronger than its own force trying to spread it apart, like gas naturally wants to.
I don't think any of you have felt the force of a vacuum.
So if no force pulls it up and only a force pulls it down, then why would you expect it to fly off the planet?
Well, you've got a serious problem because
this goes back to Cyrus' question. Where's the what was your question, Cyrus, about the energy?
She just said again, without noticing, that gravity does work, right? When it breaks stuff down to the ground, it moved the object to the ground. So work has been done. So I'm going to ask you, where's the energy coming from? Your only answer here is mass. And then I'm going to checkmate you with the mass should reduce over time if the energy is coming from the mass.
Why?
My question about the energy.
Why?
Where's the energy coming from in your model?
Why should mass reduce over time?
Work has been done. Energy has been consumed. Conservation of the first law of thermodynamics, like conservation of energy. Like, what are we doing? So work has been done, right?
I don't think they don't think of gravity as doing work, bro. They don't think it does work. Like if you drop a ball, they don't claim that that's work. As the ball descends toward the ground, that's not work. No force is being exerted.
Dude,
the force is expressed upon the moment in which the ball hits the ground and the ground pushes up on the ball. That's when they say force is introduced into the system. Not during free fall.
No, they have a thing called a gravity. They have a thing called a gravity battery, though. So
don't worry about that. But like the force, when it's stationary on the ground, the equilibrium forces are equal. That's why there's no motion. When it's in motion, there's forces on it, but they're not equal. That's why it's in motion. That's what differentiates between statics and dynamics. Summation of forces equals 0. The object is static. If the summation of forces is greater than or less than, whatever, it's moving, bro. If it's 0, it's static. Greater than it's moving. So if it's moving, work has been done. Where did the work come from? Gravity, great.
Nah, sweet. Bro, if it's moving at a constant
velocity,
it's not.
Hold on, Noah.
He's done. He just finished. How would I hold on when he's finished?
He just interrupted right in his moment. Let them answer.
Them?
Answering for them.
It's okay, sure.
Constant velocity in like a vehicle, no summation of absolutely have forces. You got torque, your engine's producing torque.
How did I have to stop and then he's addressing what I said? That's weird. Yo, like,
Nobody else
isn't
said
it the
anything.
model? Isn't it the? Yeah, I know. Well, I was gonna say something, but I thought someone else. Yo, no, they don't. They say that free fall is no force being acted on it, and they say that if something's at a constant velocity, no force is being acted on it. That
Why would you pull
actually,
down
the
the ground?
object is in the same. The object is in the same position, like coordinately, I guess, or whatever. But the actual coordinates are shifting. Like the actual space between the ground and the object falling, the ground, like that space in between there is shrinking. Is basically what they're saying.
Is that what you're
That
saying,
space
Cole?
is. That's what relativity is saying. I don't know about
They're talking about the force. There is a force.
Just
Relativity says
say
there isn't a force. So when
There
not
they're
is no
saying
according to
there's no
force in
force,
their
that
Einstein.
means
model,
there's force
guys.
According
being
to
done.
Einstein, there's no force. It's just space shrinking and space
Exactly.
I
There's
expanding.
no
understand
force.
that.
In the
all
current
right.
model, there is no force in their current model. Why are you guys
All,
talking about force?
Well,
all
because
I'm
they
saying,
say, well, they're saying,
Because it's easier to understand. You obviously don't understand relativity. It's easier to understand Newtonian, and it works
Yeah, if you
quite well
pretend
at
it's a
the Earth
force, then it's a
level.
force, right? You just have
it
to
well,
keep
they're,
pretending, right?
it
Well, it is
doesn't
a
matter
force. What are you
what's
Incorrect.
talking about?
causing it. Hold on,
The
hold on.
Newtonian.
Hold on, Nasty. It doesn't
In
matter
Newtonian, it's
what's
a
causing
force.
it. You
In
hear me
Einsteinian,
talking,
it's
I'm
not a
sure.
force.
You hear
No,
me
that
talking,
wasn't a good
I'm
time.
sure.
Guys, we got to
Now,
go one at a time, guys,
yes.
please.
So all I'm saying is it does not matter what's causing it. You know that it happens. You know when you drop something, it falls. You know there's a pressure gradient. You know vacuums don't suck. So why would you expect the atmosphere to go upwards and leave the planet instead of only being pulled downwards? Don't matter what's causing it.
pull
You know that it
downwards. What's
happens.
pulling it downwards?
You know when you drop something, it falls. It don't matter what's doing it. You know it
But
happens.
what's pulling it
What's
down?
in
You're
contention,
saying
though,
there's a,
Cole?
you're
Where
saying,
the whole
you're,
thing in contention is what is causing it. That's what's in contention. So that is the most important thing to find out.
No, that's not what's in
And saying
contention.
you
He
know,
said that the atmosphere should be pulled off because it's an atmosphere next to a vacuum. And I'm saying that we understand that things fall down when we drop them. We understand when there's a gradient, all the things I explained already. So no matter what the cause is, there would be no reason to expect the atmosphere to leave the planet.
so is it
No,
there a
no, it
force or
does matter what
there's
the
not a
cause
force?
is because it tells you whether or not it's a ball moving with gravity or it's a flat Earth.
Not a flat Earth. You have
the
no
thing
evidence
is,
for the
Cole,
flat Earth. It was
they
Christmas
say,
yesterday, and I still got no evidence for the flat Earth.
all right, we give it to you every time. But the
Go
thing
ahead,
is,
Jeremy.
Cole, they say that they don't know that it's moving down. I've had PhDs in here telling me when they drop something, they don't know if it's the ground moving up or the object moving down. In fact, they say it's actually silly to ask what's moving in reality. So they don't even claim that they know that the object's moving down.
And who's the reference frame, Jeremy?
From your reference frame, when you stand outside, you see the sun moving. You are between you and the sun. You are not moving. What is your discernment going to tell you? The sun is moving? Of course. You are the most important part of those of the reference frame.
Yeah, there was a
You
smarter guy than you who,
you,
about 150
you
years
can't
ago,
escape
built a
that.
pendulum and proved that the Earth was moving. But that's okay because we can ignore him because he was 150
You
years
can't
ago and way
escape
smarter than you.
The
from the
pendulum
most
moving does
important
not prove the Earth
sun
moving.
is moving.
It does actually, very much
No,
so.
McToon said
No,
they falsified stationary Earth, which means they
Nah, it just proves the
100%.
movement of a
Come on,
pendulum.
Noah.
Nope. We don't care
McToon
about
said
the
they
movement of the pendulum back and
100%.
forth. What we care about is the precession, and
You
the only way
heard
it
Jeremy try to get in,
precesses is
man.
by having an external force act upon it.
You heard Jeremy try to get in.
McToon said that stationary Earth has been scientifically falsified, which means by default, 100% proven scientifically Earth is moving.
Yeah, with the Foucault
Yeah, but
pendulum.
it's not
That
the
was the
case.
proof.
McToon is absolutely incorrect.
But he proved something
The
with
actual
science
official
100%. I'm excited.
Yeah,
Get
but Mr.
excited.
McToon's incorrect, bro. The actual like relativistic thing or whatever is that there's no difference between a moving Earth and a still Earth.
Yeah,
It's
but now
actually
we know you can.
Incorrect.
But now we know
McToon's
you.
wrong
But
Incorrect.
now we know
in
you
his
can
own
prove things.
paradigm.
But now we know you can prove
Incorrect.
things using science, though. Think of all the breakthroughs we're gonna have. Come on, man. I know you can hear me, Bade.
I thought you were done. I'm sorry. The Foucault pendulum disproves the stationary Earth. There's no way to get the precession
100%.
on the pendulum.
That means that you proved it's moving.
Dude, I get a precession on my
it's not
pendulum every
stationary,
time I swing it. It does not
and
match
it's strong
any
evidence.
Earth. Does not match any Earth at all.
Yeah, it
Now,
does.
if you
It matches the
falsified
globe.
it's if you falsified that it's moving, you've 100% proven that it's if you
No,
falsified
you're
that
gonna
it's
get into the.
stationary, that means you've
God,
100% proven that it's moving. There's no
I know,
other
Jeremy.
option. If it's not stationary, it has to be moving, right?
I know, Jeremy, that you have difficulty with the fact that science doesn't prove things, but there's very
It does
strong
though,
evidence.
because if you
Dude, what he's
very
saying
strong evidence
logically
that
follows
that's correct.
NASA.
Yeah,
if you
it's very strong
falsified
evidence thereof. Yeah,
no,
I'll agree with
forget
you.
the
Very
strong
strong
evidence. You falsified stationary Earth, which means there's no options left other than it's moving. If
It's
it's
very strong evidence
100%,
of that. Is correct.
if it's 100% not moving, or sorry, if it's 100% falsified that it's stationary, that means by default it must be moving 100%.
Yeah. It's very strong evidence. That's correct.
So you haven't falsified stationary Earth.
We have totally falsified.
Okay, that means it's moving. 100%.
Yeah, it's very strong evidence.
Yeah, by logical binary, it must be
Pretty
moving if it is
damn
not
close to 100%.
stationary.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. Pretty damn close.
You
to 100%.
can't falsify something and not prove the
So
antithesis.
you
I just did this like 20 minutes
He
ago.
said
with
no. He's
McToon. I know
he's
you
trying
can
to
hear me
say
right
yo,
now.
Jeremy.
I know you can hear me right now, dude. Come on, bro. You make it crazy every time. Go ahead, man. Go one at a time, now, please.
I was saying, bro, he's trying to tell you that he's 100% like knows that it's proven, but then at the same time he's saying no, it's highly likely. So he's basically speaking out of both sides of his mouth. He's saying that it's simultaneously
extremely highly likely,
but also 100% of the same. He's not actually. He's just wasting your time. He's double speaking directly.
But yes, that's the problem though. You can disprove things with science. Like you can disprove that the Earth is moving with the precession of the Foucault pendulum, and therefore it is very strong evidence. I get very close to 100% that the
No,
Earth
you
is
don't understand
rotating.
how a logical binary works. In a logical binary,
Again,
if
we're
one side
talking
is
science.
false, if
We're
one
talking science
yes,
here.
this is yes. You're just interrupting because you're scared.
I'm not
Given
scared.
you have
I'm just
now
saying the same
proven
thing over and
something
over again.
false, given now you have proven something false and you've admitted that something being false can be done in science. When something being false is a logical binary, the other half of the binary must necessarily be true. Therefore, hence, you are proving something to be true simultaneously the time you're proving something to be false if it is a logical binary. Thank you very much.
It's very strong evidence of that's correct. Almost 100%.
Yeah, clown world shit, because you just got destroyed.
I didn't get destroyed. You know, I was saying is I'm agreeing.
Yeah, you very clearly and
You
concisely.
either know or don't know. If you don't know 100%, then you don't know.
See, that's the problem. Now you're getting to now you're showing that you're a science denier.
Dude, if something false,
100%. It must be 100%, or it can't be anything.
You just pulled out with an ad hominem meaningless attack instead of
That's not
addressing
ad
something.
is false.
Well, he is. Stop it.
Hold on, Paid. If something is false, the antithesis of that must be true, right? Do you agree with that?
Maybe.
What you mean, maybe? Well, how could it not
He
be
doesn't
true?
understand logic. That's crazy.
I understand logic. The problem is, though, is we're talking science.
You don't understand logical binary. You've demonstrated.
There might be another option. I don't know what the other option might be, but there just might be another option.
Not in a logical binary. No,
there
is no other option.
But okay, then you're assuming it's
now he's talking again.
I was sorry, I didn't hear you start, Jeremy.
Incredulity. Now Rob's gonna get in with his crackly mic. If something's not moving, if I say something's stationary and you're like, no, that's false. That's not stationary. That means it has to be moving. There is no other option. Do you think there's another option? McToon didn't like this.
Could be. I don't know. See, that's the problem, though. I understand you have problems with this, that science doesn't prove things, but that's okay. I'll agree with you that it's very strong evidence.
You've been destroyed, bro. You've been
pretty
destroyed.
fucking close to 100% that the Earth is moving. If you want to think,
Jeremy just metaphorically stomped in your face.
No,
and all you're doing is flailing your arms.
All you're doing is denying that the Foucault pendulum shows the Earth is moving. But that's
I'm just kind of kicking you in the side too.
No, you're just kind of denying the fact it's something that can be demonstrated.
You're flailing your arms, but you're not making any argument.
Hold on,
I know.
Hold on,
I should know better than to come here. I should know better than to come here and talk to these guys.
If MC Toon is still here, he should
Now you're
he's
demoralized because your argument was shit.
Noah, hold on. If MC Toon is still here,
Somebody
he should
mute
be
Master,
considered.
please.
He's not here
Stay
very
class.
often, so let's move on the conversation. So at least Toon can get in some more with some of these guys. He's not here very often.
I'm hosting this shit, Cole. What are you doing?
I'm heading to
I'm trying to help
Menards. I gotta go to Menards now.
Oh, they're probably
Anybody need anything? Need anything at Menards? I'm gonna get some.
You're terrified. That's what it is.
You want to talk to Arwen? Think you want to talk to
fucking terrified.
Oh, he's not here.
He wants low hanging fruit because he's terrified.
I'll say this. So I asked Gio if I could come next Tuesday. So if anybody's interested, and if Gio's up for it, then I'll be here next Tuesday.
Awesome. Do you believe the pendulum proves Earth's rotation before you leave?
The pendulum is a measurement of Earth's rotation. Yes.
I didn't ask that. Do you think it proves Earth's rotation?
I answered the question in the way that I'm willing to answer it.
Yeah,
he's such a
very sneakily with a lot of vagueness.
You can't measure something that doesn't exist. He's such a coward, bro, and double speaker. You can't measure something that doesn't exist.
No, don't do that, dude.
It's been measured.
You're implying it exists.
No, don't. No, Ahmad, don't do that, bro.
Don't do what? He wasn't talking.
Call him a coward.
He just double
You can't
speaks.
just call names and insult someone.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
To be fair, he answered me.
Definitely
Can I respond? He said it implied that it's rotating or moving. I didn't hear which one he said. It's an implication that it's moving, so it's not a proof at all. I agree with you, by the way, McToon. Yeah, I agree with McToon that it's not proof at all. So I disagree with and McToon does also with paid NASA Shill. And I don't know why every time the most interesting guy that I know that's done one of the most interesting things that I've ever heard of, refilling the SR-71, we never get him to talk about that. I don't get it. But anyway, T Strong.
McToon just wants to talk to Arwen. He can't handle pendulums or vacuums. He wants to talk to Arwen.
Yeah, he wants to clip farm. He wants to make farms of someone like whatever, and then that's what he wants to put up on his show. He doesn't want to put up on his show that he doesn't have any arguments.
He better not put up
that he lies out the corner of his mouth.
Just now. I thought you were done. My bad.
No, go.
He better not put the clip up that just happened between me and him just now.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Well, he just said. He said it doesn't prove it, but then it measures it. If you measure something, you're automatically proving it's you can't measure like not something. So he's like automatically speaking out of both sides. He's speaking out of both sides of his mouth, and I'm pretty sure he's smart enough to know it, and that's why he runs away because he's smart enough to know when someone's gonna call him on his lying.
Well, to be fair, he said he was leaving anyway, but he said the measurement implies that it's moving, which is just a sneaky way, a vague way of.
Yeah, he was silent for like half an hour, bro.
Please,
I was talking to him the whole time.
Please.
Yeah, but he's probably doing stuff. But he just said he was leaving, and I asked him one final question. But anyway, I'm trying to bash him or you. I'm just saying. But do we all agree that the pendulum does precess when swinging back and forth?
All pendulums.
No, negative.
Bro.
Negative.
It all pendulums precess however the fuck they want.
Yeah, okay, so you agree they do
negative
precess
again.
Let's see, what's your answer?
Negative. Pendulums do not precess. Pendulums swing back and forth. The claim is that the Earth moves underneath them. That's what when people say precess, that's what you mean, right, Rakia?
Yeah, I mean, and you answered it perfectly. They don't even say that the pendulum is precessing or rotating. They say the Earth is rotating underneath it, which, if you think about it, is the most ridiculous argument that they could ever make.
That's right. That is correct.
But
so
anyway,
when they say the pendulum precesses,
why is it a ridiculous argument?
Wait, no, the thing obviously precesses. It's just if this precession was what the Earth was caused by the Earth rotating underneath it, then it's a DJ disc Earth because it goes back and forth, speeds up and slows down and shit. That's the problem. The problem is not that it goes back and forth straight. It's that whenever you release it, it doesn't do that. It's slightly.
You're not getting it.
No,
you're not getting it. If you make that statement, you're not getting it, bro. the pendulum doesn't process in their so-called experiment. The pendulum, in order for them to say that the Earth spins underneath it, it has to move back and forth in a linear fashion. You have to understand that, bro.
Yeah, no, I understand that that is their claim, but if you've ever tried to do it in practicality, it is the exact opposite of that. The pendulum is clearly the thing processing, and the Earth is very clearly the thing that is not.
Exactly. That was my whole point.
Furthermore, the precession of the actual pendulum will not actually like match the rotation of the Earth. They'll be backwards, forwards, faster, slower, does whatever it wants. They just make it match. They tune their instruments, balance their instruments so that it matches the Earth in whatever place they go to, or even have a mechanical device that ensures that it matches the latitude that they're on. But if you try it practically, you're going to see many different precession rates. Thank you very much.
And also, the only way to really prove this, that's why they can't say that it proves it, is you would have to stop the Earth from rotating, or make it rotate in the opposite direction, and then show that the pendulum changes precession, direction. But they can't prove it because they can't manipulate the cause that they're saying is what's causing it. It's not science.
It's a parlor trick. It's just a parlor trick.
Yeah, and it's not science. It's no different than the guy at the equator pouring the water down the drain in a different way and showing a leaf go spinning in one direction. That even if he wasn't doing it on purpose, the leaf might spin in one direction all the time if he puts the water in the same way. But if he does it a different way, or if you use a different drain, the leaf might turn a different direction in the same place. It has nothing to do with Earth's rotation. Nor would it.
And another thing with the pendulum, they can never get it to work the first time, right? Just try to find the video where the guy walks in and does it the first time, right? It never happens like that. Never. They always got to do it a few times to get the results they wish.
Yeah, never is a big word for me, but I've never seen it. I've never seen a video where they say, okay, we're going to set it up. Here, we'll let you set it up, right? Because we know we're at this latitude. It's going to show this degree of rotation. And here you go. You have to hang this at this distance above the ground on this raptor or whatever and swing it back and forth at this distance at this speed and watch it. It's going to process this way. It's never been done that way. And the 3 universities that I called that used to use it in their curriculum and have their students in a certain class use it as a test and have to actually build this thing and do it as a class, they don't use it anymore because it's so inaccurate. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's definitely just a parlor trick. They've convinced people that this works. And I'll even have a more devastating proof of this, right? If they put 2 pendulums side by side, right, which they haven't done in 400 years, right? I guarantee you they're not going to process the same way. And try to find the video where they have 2 pendulums side by side showing this. I dare you, try to find one.
Okay, I see. So I've thought about this a lot, and I have my different theories, but when it's just hanging by the whatever you hang it by, a wire or string, whatever you choose to hang it by, this pendulum is hanging there, and it's not processing because it's not swinging. And then you start swinging it, like you pull it back and you let it go, and it starts swinging, and it starts processing. I believe that most of the time it's going to start processing. What do you think causes it?
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. It will process on its own, like not the Earth. That's why they can never show you the same. When a painter hangs a paint thing and he swings it and it makes all these different designs, right? It'll never make the same design twice. So that's called chaos theory, the butterfly effect, Rakia.
Yeah, I agree with that. But what do you believe in your theory? Have you ever thought about what do you think causes it to process?
Right. Well, first of all, I never seen a satisfactory thing that it does process the way they do. Right. It's just a claim. So what I think is, whenever they cut the rope or cut the string, it's never straight. They can never let it go linearly straight. That's what I think.
So whatever direction it starts heading in as they cut the string, whatever bias that's put on it, that's the way it's going to process because it's swinging back and forth.
Exactly. Whatever bias, the way you cut the string, you can never cut it in the same precise way.
Okay, that's one thing, but I also add to it. I say the longer your string that's holding the pendulum, and the further that it swings back and forth, the speed or the distance that it travels from the midway point equilibrium will affect the precession rate also. For whatever reason.
I'm sure all those factors. Yeah. Because think about it. All they have to do, right? All they have to do is just put one pendulum next to another one and show us every single time, put a paint thing on the bottom and show us every single time it's going to make the same pattern. I'm willing to bet anybody that that's not the case. And if it was 400 years, not one scientist thought of doing this. We have 400 years of this. All they have to do is do that.
Yeah, I don't think it would, but even if it did, that wouldn't prove that it's the Earth's rotation. I mean, you would have to, it can't be proven because you would have to stop the Earth's rotation. Well, first of all, in my belief system, you would have to start the Earth rotating, first of all, and then you would have to stop it because the Earth's not rotating. Anyway.
Yeah, of course, there's that. There's no way they can prove it because, they have to prove the Earth. They have to stop the Earth, right? Or start it, whatever. Yeah, absolutely. There's no way to tie this to Earth movement. Absolutely no way scientifically this could be done.
But even in their model with the Earth rotating, it's not the Earth rotating underneath it if they have it attached to something that's attached to the surface of the Earth. You can't. That's illogical. And then even if you could do that somehow, it would be the Earth's atmosphere moving, which would be causing it to precess then. And you can't do any of that. Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know why they go to it. Peyton Show goes to it because he's just reading the script. And that's why he runs away also why when I bring up the SR-71, because there's no way he can, he can go through a logical explanation and show pictures and detail, what he did, because he's never done it. He's just someone here that's here to waste your time and, whatever you want to call it. I call it trolling, but.
What do you say about the SR-71? What's going on with it?
Well, Peyton Shill is one of the guys who's been coming here for years.
Is he ragging at me again?
No, I'm not ragging. I'm explaining to that guy that asked me a question, if you don't mind, Peyton Shill. He's the guy that's a retired Air Force officer that during his days as a multi-engine jet pilot for the Air Force refueled the SR-71. And we've been asking for years. I personally have it, at least, because I'm very interested in it. It's amazing. It's one of the most amazing things that anyone has ever come here. Like, out of all the people that's come here, it's one of the most amazing things that I've ever heard someone has done. And it's never been presented or been talked about. No pictures, no, this is how we did it. This is what altitude, this is what
no joke. When I tell people that I know a dude that refueled the SR-71, they're like, oh shit, that's fucking awesome.
What do you do though? Like, besides refueling it, what's the story? What's going on with it?
Peyton Shill is a pilot that's refueled the SR-71. You don't find that amazing?
Peyton Shill is.
Yeah, the guy right now is calling everybody idiots and saying we don't like science and all the ad homs and all that. He's a retired Air Force officer that has flown multi-engine jet engine planes to refuel the SR-71.
Is that true, NASA?
See, even you're excited. Now even you're excited. Like,
no, I'm questioning.
What's the big deal, though?
He left
you
again.
Sounded like, oh shit, word.
Why would you question it? He's told us many times.
Just because I find it hard to believe.
No, Cole, it's true. He's admitted it. He's admitted it.
I know he's admitted
it. He has, and I actually asked him questions that only, because he went to the same pilot training that my best friend did, and I had him ask me questions that only someone who had trained there would know, and he did know the answers to those questions.
Jake, you got a 71 IQ. You don't even know how to figure that out.
That's crazy. I didn't.
Yeah. He didn't go fighter route. He went heavy route, and he flew, I think, like KC-135s or something. He did refuel, like aerial refueling.
Yeah, it's a huge difference. People don't understand. Even military pilots like that train in like a single engine fighter jet can't fly a twin engine or a multi engine, jet plane. They might could, but they're not qualified to do it. They're not trained to do it. So like even when they get out of the military and they want to fly commercial, they can't. They have to retrain because they've only trained in the single engine fighter jet.
Well, you have to be trained in type, of course.
Right.
Every plane will have its own
I'm
nuances
saying
that you
there's a
have to know.
huge difference in flying a single engine, even in the military. Like, even if he claimed he flew a jet, to fly a single engine jet and a multi engine jet is way different. And he not only claims that, he
Well,
claims
back in the day when he went through
SR-71.
pilot training, he had to, even though he went heavy, he flew the T-38, which they don't do now for people that fly heavy. And if he was able to fly a T-38, he could fly anything because that is a handful to fly.
Yeah, I agree. But it's just an extraordinary claim. But I'm not saying it to downgrade him. If he's done it, I'd like to hear about it. But if he hasn't done it, I'm just telling it.
Look, I had
the
my
audience.
doubts too. That's why I asked my buddy who did go through the program there, and he asked him some questions like what objects do you use on your base to find? Like what object do you use as reference for your base to find? And he knew exactly what I was talking about, which only someone that has flown into that, that has flown into that facility would know the answer to that.
Right.
That's not true. You're telling me the guys with the light sticks on the ground, they don't know that?
Well, I have a first
The guy in the
cousin.
tower and air traffic control, he don't know that?
they would
The
know
only
that.
guys that know this are the dude
A
that lands the
controller would
plane.
know it. A controller would know it, but yeah, not the guy that's like not people that are directing traffic on the ground.
Why wouldn't that guy know it? The pilot jumps out. He's like, "Ooh, I could barely see the thing that I will use to land my thing," and now that guy knows. I mean, I don't know why
that
we're
wouldn't
getting
be
like only the pilot knows. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's not a likely conversation that would happen, but.
I have my
How do you
first
know?
cousin went into the Air Force when I was young, and he was flew in the back. He worked in the Air Force, not the Navy, but the Air Force that refuels jets, and they have the big solid rod that lowers down with the little wings on it, and the plane has to fly up to it. And he actually had like pictures back in the day of him sitting back there controlling it. I don't know if he ever done the SR-71, but I thought you had to be like special trained to refuel jets like that, or is it just if you're in that position you get to refuel anything that?
I think I think the guy that's actually manning the boom is an enlisted guy. I don't think that's a.
Yeah, NASA claims to be a pilot, not the boom operator.
I don't know why there wouldn't be a plane where like even on a jet fighter this could be a thing, but you could have tons of them on some big shit where like 1,000 little jet fighters pop out and they all got like a missile or some bullets or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like the UFO in Independence Day, right? They open the door and like 1,000 things come out of it.
Yeah, Riddick, pick your movie of choice. Yeah, that always happens in movies, but why don't we have that yet?
They do. China
says
has
we
that.
don't?
China has it, of course. China's got it, Jake. Don't worry.
Well, let me Can I finish my sentence?
China
has it in the form of drones. They have a mother shrimp. They have a mothership that releases, I think, 100 or so drones. So that already, they have it, but in a drone form.
I know, but they should have these on everything, like the dogs, the robot dogs. They should have drones pop out of them, boats, everything. Drones everywhere.
I'm sure they're working on it. I'm sure.
You know what I want? I want my drone to pop out other drones. That's how you know you're lit. When you have multi-level drone poppage.
Yeah, you want it to be like like the Russian dolls, the Matryoshka, right? Where it's like a drone and a drone and a drone and a drone. At the end, it's like this little tiny little drone.
Yo, are you a Russian plant like Angelina Jolie and Salt? You said that way too good. Where are you from?
What do you mean? Where am I from?
Where are you from?
Los Angeles.
Nah, where are you really from now?
Where's your
Where are you really from?
Where I'm from. Lived here my whole life.
You're just from LA?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, it's pretty boring.
No, that's what a fucking plant, a Russian spy would say.
Yeah, what would the Russian spy say? I'm from this town. I was born here as a little boy. I
nothing to
come
see
here
here.
and I go to
You have
school
friends in high
here.
places. You admit to having friends in high
Good.
places that speak multiple languages that fly all these Air Force planes and stuff, but you're not a Russian spy? I
The
don't
thing
believe
is,
it.
you've trolled it so much, Jake, you don't even know. You don't even know all your trolls over that long of a period and that much talking and trolling. Like, you've lost track. You told us before English wasn't your native language and shit, bro. Come on, dude. It's
Got
just
an
you're all
IQ of
over the place.
5.
I thought you were from Libya.
Jake, when you kept saying you had an IQ of like 30 or something or 20.
That's what I'm saying,
No,
dude.
I do have. When they tested me in school, though, when I was going through elementary school, I had learning difficulties, and they tested me, and I have an IQ of 70.
Ain't bad.
Yo,
Come
Jake
live
would
in
be one of the
Louisiana, bro.
smarter.
You're way up there.
Jake would be one of or Canada. Jake would be one of the smartest Globers if he didn't do that troll thing. He'd be up there with like Branch something, you know?
Branch. I ain't seen him in a while.
Leave
Go
Canada
to
alone,
Montreal.
Jer.
You could be the prime minister or whatever the hell they have up there.
Branch is crazy smart, but he's always trolling and drunk and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could be like Kosho, Jake. You could be standing next to Kosho someday.
I'm the Kosho.
You're the left lane, all right?
No, like instead of the Big Show, I'm the Kosho.
Yeah, you know what? You're like an upgrade on left lane, actually. You're like an upgraded left lane.
It's so true.
Wow.
I get told him Dr. Phil all the time.
Oh, you do sound like Dr. Phil.
That is a sick individual.
Or he's the Glober Brian. Was it Brian?
No, he's not the Glober brand. Yo, wait, what?
Who's
Brian Leakey?
No.
Logic? How
See,
many
I'm not as
fucking
hard.
Brians are
I'm
there?
not as hardcore scientific as some of these other Globers are, because I think we live in a simulation. I think that 9/11 was a conspiracy. Like, I'm not full blown,
Bro,
You're gonna
science
have to
Glober.
you're gonna have to change some of your beliefs before we start paying you.
Halliburton. Lockheed Martin.
Before you get
That's
on the
it.
McToon payroll, you're gonna have to change the 9/11 stance. But other than that, you should be good.
He's Brian, the one that comes here he's always somewhat screaming, not really, but it's
Brian
his
Peck?
I don't know, is this a Peck?
Is he a doctor?
No. He's like
Oh, Mabbit. You're talking about Mabbit. Yo,
no,
we need
he's
to fucking stop with all these Bryans.
the one that damn it, he sounds just like Cole.
Come on, dude.
Calabunga.
Get your shit together, Elbow. There's too many Bryans.
There is, God damn it.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I could never go back to being a Glober unless I measured the surface of water. I'm not sure how that's not like a lot of Glober stance, because wouldn't that be the baseline? All this other stuff can't be proven. You can't go to these places. You can't do this, but you can go to any local lake or any body of water and try and measure it. And it's, I don't know. It
Dude,
seems like a
you
good
can
basis
prove
of it.
stuff. I got McToon to basically admit about an hour ago. You can prove things, right, Cole? Cole like that
I'm never
shit.
gonna get to live that down.
Yeah, he got fucking destroyed. He got stomped on. His face got flattened, and he had to run away. Call for Arwen for help.
That's when the pressure, the vacuum. When I brought up the vacuum, he ran on that one. But before
Funny
that,
Gonna
he
enough,
ruin my
admitted
thing. I know.
100%.
I told you.
Yeah.
funny
I
enough,
told you
Master
were gonna
Shill
ruin it.
showed up right there at that time to start.
No, I didn't ruin it. I destroyed him, Jeremy. There's a difference. You see, I
Fucking
got
ruined
him
it.
to admit that he can 100% disprove the flat Earth. Then when we went with the trifecta, he ran. It wasn't a ruin job. He ran because he knew that he couldn't admit the model. That's what happened, Jeremy.
I don't know about that. But
Try to get Dave to clip
with
that shit.
a logical binary like straight versus curve or moving versus stationary, you had McToon
It's a body
basically like
bag. Wrap it
yeah,
up.
like in a fucking vice grip. Like his head was in between a rock and a hard place, between the ground and a wheel moving over it. Like there's nothing you can do. So what he did
That's
was
it.
just
It's
decide to
over.
try and distract and lie. Yeah.
Oh,
That's why
got him.
that's
He
why he
had
was
the
scared.
rights.
No, he
100%
didn't run.
proven.
He didn't run because of that. I repeat, he ran when I asked him the vacuum question. He didn't run because what me and Jeremy made him admit 100%. He ran when the vacuum thing came up with his ball of gas in the vacuum. That's when he ran.
Yo, he ain't ready for this.
Then Cole tried to save him.
Cole tried
Then
to
Cole
save him,
tried to
right? Like,
save
yo,
him.
what the
That's right.
fuck, bro?
I didn't
Come
know. I
on,
wasn't
Cole.
trying to save him.
You
I wasn't
tried
trying
to
to save
jump
him
in
at
there and
all.
save him.
I was just trying
Captain
to
Save
clear it
All.
up. No, I was just trying to clear it up so he knew what we was talking about.
No, he know it's McToon, bro. He knows what we're talking about.
I thought it was funny that you had him where he's at. I just wanted to.
You tried to save him, bro. It's all good. It's all good. I might jump in, try to help elbow out or SE probably.
And then Cyrus has had Cole by his balls, but Noah kind of helped him out a little bit and switched it to
Yeah.
the
SE helped McToon escape. Noah helped Cole escape.
When you bring up their model,
No,
that's
I
when
don't
they
know, bro.
run. That's when they
If it
shake in
was
their
me and
boots, right?
Jeremy, if it was me and Jeremy and like I don't know McToon and Cole or McToon and NASA, it was basically like two pit bulls ripping apart like a little like a fucking rat or something. Like, dude, that guy was done, bro. When he was trying to say that straight, if something wasn't straight but it wasn't curved, it's like, well, then it's nothing. Or if it's not moving but it's not stationary, well, nothing can be not moving and not like he's done, bro. He was done for. He got put in the vice grip.
What if it's both? It's quantum. We're moving and stationary. Dun dun dun.
just depends when you look at it.
No, I brought out the dilithium in him.
Yeah, then NASA said yes. That was basically
Yeah,
like
right.
jumping into a pile of like one of those pit of spikes. That's like basically was NASA's move. Let me just jump into a pit of spikes. It's like, oh, that's dilithium. Yeah, we can have that. Like, you're an idiot.
Well, they do have a point that they make about reference frames that they can have that. Like if you're the skydiver, it looks like the ground is moving, and if you're on the ground, it looks like the skydiver is moving. But we all know you can test which one is moving or not. But that's why they say a car hitting a tree or a skydiver hitting the ground. You can't tell depending on the reference frame which one is doing it. It's just a ridiculous argument.
Do you think
That's
the
why they bring up
skydiver?
reference frames.
Would you think the skydiver would believe that the floor is moving, or he knows that he's moving?
No, I think most skydivers know they're moving when they jump out of a plane and start falling towards the earth. But what they're saying is they're depending on the reference frame of the viewer is how they talk about having both at the same time or whatever. But you can't have the same viewer having it both at the same time. But they kind of tell the audience that that's a possibility. But it's it's ridiculous.
Yeah, but the
Again,
tree in the car one is just beyond. You've lost the plot at that point if you don't know if it's the tree or the car.
well, they have to say these things though, right? Like if they believe in relativism, they believe in all that. They believe in their model. They have to believe in this, and they have to say ridiculous things that when a person is educated or starts thinking about this logically, that it's or put in a simple form like the tree and car. They still have to say it, but it sounds ridiculous, right? 10 years ago, we never really heard these arguments. Like you and I couldn't state the argument well enough to make sense. Now we can, and it's easy for us, right? And it's hard on them, and it makes them look ridiculous.
Yeah, when you know their model, you can steer them to say these crazy things, like the pitcher, for example. When John PhD, he didn't know if the ball is going to the pitcher or the pitcher could be moving towards the ball. Remember that one? Yep.
And at different times, you could have different pitchers and catchers moving towards each other in opposite directions. It's totally ridiculous. Jeremy does a good job of that. You would have to have the Earth expanding in two different directions if you say the Earth is moving up towards the plane or whatever. But it's just a ridiculous side, a ridiculous model that they have to fight for, and they just won't give it up. I mean, a 2-year-old at a Christmas party, you take a ball away from him, he starts crying. He starts pitching a fit and wailing and calling you an idiot. And going to mama or going to Cole and saying he took my ball.
It's funny how they want to stay away from the vacuum.
Sorry, Cole.
No, you're fine.
Hey, but so let me ask you: do we really have? And I'm just asking this because I just come from another server told that I had talking about, but have a flat Earth model? Like, what do we think is the closest?
No.
I
do. I got one.
Yeah, it's like Earth and sea, kind of like next to each other, and then the sky up on top of it, and that's the whole thing.
I get that, but I'm saying, like, is it called the azimuthal equidistant map? Do you believe that's something similar to what?
Generally, the shapes of the continents might be similar to that. Yeah, well, I don't know about their layout, or I don't think it's an exact map of anything. No.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, that's just like a globe stretched out into a flat.
You can map out your own region and model it and do it as a flat plane, and it works perfectly, right? You can do it in a terrarium, and it would actually have some of the similar patterns or cycles that you have in your region, right? If you use the same conditions. So a terrarium would be a good model of a local, if you want to say map, or I wouldn't say map, but a local model of your area. You could do that with mountains, lakes, rivers. You could have higher elevation to lower elevation, and that water would flow. You could have condensation. You could have lights in the sky. You could have heaters and things that cool it off. That would create movement, right? Hot and cold creates movement, currents. You can have all of that in your model. I'm not sure why people these days say that flat Earth can't be modeled or isn't modeled. I can do it on my table right now. Matter of fact, I can use my table as it's set up with Christmas plates and trees on it as a model of flat Earth.
So what about like the way the sun and the moon travels? Like in my mind, I see the azimuthal equidistant. I'm probably butchering that. With the sun and the moon traveling in circles above it. I mean, that's just what I picture.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe the sky is a little harder to explain, but I explain it more now I'm a little extreme because I'm not scared of anything. Like, I'm not trying to prove this or say it can be proven. I actually say the opposite. I say some things may never be proven or can't be proven, right? Because the sky is not our domain. I think the sky, as you get into altitude, may turn into some type of superfluid and then super solid as our container. So light shining through whatever element that would be and how it would distort light or make light appear causes what we see in the sky. But as far as the surface of the Earth, you could easily model and measure that. We do it all the time. Matter of fact, I do it almost every day for a living.
One of the things I thought was interesting is when you plot the ISS's path on the flat Earth map I mentioned, how it perfectly traces I believe it's called a toroidal field.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Makes me think that there's like some kind of electromagnetism or something like that that's keeping them up in the air.
I personally think that's a part of it, but I'm not smart enough to figure all that out.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it does make sense, right? We have a static electricity and things like that. Rotor blades, airplanes flying through the air generate this. We have lightning. We have forces in our body. We have electrical forces in our heart and our spinal cord that create, certain cycles and things like that. It's amazing, right? It seems like the Earth has the same thing.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just a dumb country boy from Tennessee. I work in IT and I can tell you all about computers, but I don't know. I just like to ask questions. I definitely am way far leaning towards flat Earth than globe Earth. There's just some things that I just can't figure out. I don't think I ever will, but
Yeah, are you religious at all?
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, the Bible tells us we if you're a Bible believer, it tells us certain things we may never know. We're not the knower, right? We're just
Right.
part of the design. So just enjoy it and appreciate it, and it's there for you. Like it's amazing. Looking outside my door right now, like I have deer in my field. I have a amazing sky. I have leaves changing on the trees. Like it's crazy. How amazing.
I wish y'all could see the sky. I live like right along the North Carolina border, and 10 miles or so from the mountains. Wish y'all could see the sky here right now.
That's another favorite thing of mine. We got a ball of gas and water in a vacuum, and it's only, and we got a sun, one heat source for millions of years, and it only melts the middle of it. That's another fantasy for their model. Just saying.
One of the things
it's like -5 Fahrenheit right here, and I'm walking the dog outside right now. Is really not that bad. Once you get properly dressed, it's really not that bad.
Yeah, you can keep that. What blows my mind about the heliocentric model with the change in weather between like summer and winter, this ball, which is so hot, is 93 million miles away, and like the Earth tilts from one direction to the other, which brings you what 1,000 miles closer to the sun if it's tilting towards it, and that makes that much of a difference in temperature.
That is a thing, but think of what I said. Think of what I said. Do you think that it's possible to melt a ball just in the center with one heat source? Just in the center.
The center of the ball is molten metal, remember?
No, not the center as in the interior, the exterior part, like we have on Earth, like they claim, right? We have the North Pole frozen.
Tropics.
We have, yeah, the tropics. You think that's possible? You think that could be recreated?
No.
Exactly, but yeah,
maybe
that's what they tell us where we need.
A laser.
Try it. If you think you can reproduce it, go ahead. Show us. Get a frozen ball, get your laser, and just unfreeze it in the middle.
Austin Powers good.
No, but the core of that ball also has to be a molten piece of metal, and you still have to have ice on the top and bottom of it in a vacuum.
Well, yeah, we'll leave that part out, right? That's we don't want to complicate things, but get something frozen from your freezer, grab a chicken or something, right? And try to just defrost the center part of it. Go ahead. I challenge you.
Hey, I have microwaved frozen chicken before, and only the inside was thawed.
Yeah, it's a fantasy. They believe in a fantasy model. I mean, that's why McToon ran when I brought up the vacuum. They know it's physically impossible.
So wait, if I grab a chicken from the fridge and I grab a blowtorch, and I just torch kind of like the middle of it, you don't think the top and bottom's going to be frozen?
For how long? We're talking about billions of years the Earth has been like that, right? For how long do you think it'll remain?
Yeah, but the sun is. I mean, the sun is not as hot as a fucking blowtorch. It's not thousands of degrees on Earth either. And a blowtorch is fucking hot enough to melt metal, dude.
Yes,
that's a non sequitur.
You
that
do
doesn't
know the
follow.
Scale. You do know the scale of the relationship between the Earth and the Sun, right? If the Sun was the size of a basketball, can you tell me how big the Earth would be?
Wait, doesn't the North Pole melt too? By the way, don't they have like summer and winter there too?
Slightly.
What I mean slightly? Doesn't the entire North Pole almost melt? Like almost all of it?
Negative. Nope.
Like, isn't there like a huge difference between summer and winter up there?
There is a difference, but there's always a frozen part. Down south and up north in your model. I'm sure you're aware of that, right?
Yeah, but I don't think it stays frozen at all times. I think there's kind of a big difference.
Yeah, there's a slightly warming, but again, there's still frozen parts. Always, constantly. For how many billions of years? 4 billion or so? Think about that.
I don't think you're getting what SE's laying down here. We're not talking about weather. We're talking about a heat source that's gigantic just because of a tilt, leaving a frozen part at each pole. You understand?
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just saying it's not like it's entirely frozen all the time. At least that's the way I understand it.
Yeah,
Well, once you
he's
go
not
so
saying it
far
doesn't get
north,
warmer and cooler and more frozen and less frozen. He's talking about the center part being tropical and the poles being frozen. That's weather, right? You're saying it's because of the tilt of the Earth in your model. That's we're saying, can you replicate that? And we're saying you can't. So take your blowtorch and put it at whatever point source you want, whatever distance you want. Do it to similar scale, and it won't be done. It'll all melt. It'll all be, different.
Yeah, but a
Unfrozen.
blowtorch is not. I mean, it's not the same thing, is it?
Okay. So y'all brought that up. So you're saying that it can't be replicated, or that it can, because we asked if it can be replicated, and we said no. And then someone brought up blowtorch. I agree with you. I don't think a blowtorch could replicate it. That's the whole
what about
point.
a heat lamp?
Yeah. What about it?
Use
That's what I'm
whatever
saying.
use whatever heat source you want. That's the challenge. Get a ball, freeze it, and use whatever heat source you want and replicate what you think the Earth is, like tropical in the center and frozen at the top.
And please do it to scale with the sun being the size of a basketball. Please do it to scale. So you'd need 85 feet between the Earth and the basketball, and the Earth would have to be the size of a peppercorn.
Yeah, you can add that, sure, but I'll even let that go. Let them put it as close as they want, as far as they want. It's physically impossible.
Why not do it to scale in reality?
Yeah.
Show us,
Yeah,
demonstrate it in reality.
Wait, so being scale though, how big would the moon have to be? It'd be like a grain of salt.
It would be, well, isn't it the same size? It's 400 times different, right?
So 1/400th of a basketball.
Imagine
And it just
the size of the laser that you'd have to use to be that precise at 85 feet.
then the grain of salt or whatever it is would have to be the perfect distance from the peppercorn, so that when you're viewing it from the peppercorn, basketball and the grain of salt look the same size.
Yeah. Yeah, and think about that. Once you start thinking about it, it's not only impossible to do it; it's impossible to do it at scale times 1,000. Like this, if you bring in scale, it's impossible. It's another thing that the globe model has that can't be scaled, right?
I saw my first total eclipse. I think it was in 2017. It came right across East Tennessee, and I was in the path totality or whatever, and it was just so phenomenal. Like how they lay on top of each other. I mean, it's the two of the same object right on top of each other. It was
Like
it
a
was
Swiss
really
watch.
the other weird thing was shadows. You should have seen as the moon was going in front of the sun, or whatever it is going in front of the sun, like everything's shadow was the shape of a crescent. Weren't that shape. It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I
So
remember that
not only
video.
do they have a
All the
ball of
moon.
gas. Go ahead, whoever that was.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't trying to clip you. I was just saying, yeah, I've seen that as well. The video of the moon crescent shaped shadows.
It's weird. You can hold your hand out, make a shadow puppet, and you're making the shape of a dog, and the shadow of your hand is literally the shape of like crescent moon. It just does not make any sense.
You guys ever see the lunar wave?
No, I'm not familiar.
I see it on
Oh, yeah.
Crow.
That's like 2017 shit.
Sorry, go ahead.
Crow 777. Check out the lunar wave. It's like 10 years old.
Like search for that on YouTube or something. Lunar wave.
Yeah, Crow 777. Crow 777. His video is like 10 years old.
Gotcha.
That supports my theory of some type of fluid above us, and also for the Bible believer in the room, water's above the firmament, so it'd be a fluid. I think it's super fluid, but fluid nonetheless. Shout out to Rakia, super fluid.
Yeah, shout out to Rakia.
Could a superfluid be considered a vacuum?
No,
I think
different
I don't think
properties.
so, but it is frictionless. It would have some of the same, effect once you put something in it, and can be controlled by some type of I never remember it, but it's like a field that it creates a track that like the sun and moon would follow year after year after year after year and become a perfect clock, which is what we see. So could be tilted, could be put at any angle, any elevation above or below. Like that's how you would get a puck in a lab, or a rock, if the moon was a rock, like not saying it is, above you, appearing to float. It would be in some type of frictionless fluid like superfluid, and be on a track created by this electromagnetism, for the lack of better terms, and I don't think that's the term they use. But
I think they call it quantum locking.
Quantum locking, yeah. But
Well,
I went and saw
saying,
that before I became a flat earther. I saw that at LSU, Louisiana State University, and it was the coolest shit I've ever seen.
But that would support like your theory. That would support like why stars look the way they do. I mean, really just like a light bottom of a pool. When you're viewing it from outside the water. It's like anybody that's got a $5,000 telescope, and they do their best to zoom in, it just looks like a light shining through water. And the lunar wave video, I have seen this before. Yeah, that is great.
What you're saying, Rakia, has to be super cold, though. It has to be super, super cold for that to work. And it is freaked out. You could even do it upside down from the track or on top of the track. It's freaked out. Yeah.
Yeah, under our pressure, under our barometric pressure, it has to be super cold. But if you change the pressure, would change the temperature. I mean, it might be super hot. I can't tell you that, but it replicated in the lab, or in a where we were, they had to freeze the puck down to a extremely cold temperature, and then it would follow that track, right? Not touching anything, just floating in the air, or above the track and below the track. And then they could change the puck's angle, which is another element, right, to it. It's not just that field, right? It's creating a field all around it, and no matter what angle you put that puck, you could put it parallel with the track, or angle it, or do whatever. It would keep that same angle all the way around. And this was an oblong track, like a racetrack, basically. And they were just showing how it worked, and then it only worked for a certain amount of time until it cooled.
But that would make sense, because like the higher you go up, the colder it gets. Which
pressure changes, and the temperature changes.
I just thought that's crazy though, because like if you're going up, let's say you're at an extreme height, like 100,000 feet or something, I think it would be hotter because like you're in direct sunlight and getting closer to the sun.
Yeah, you would think you get closer to the heat source, it gets warmer, but in this model, it doesn't because of certain reasons, whatever. But
yeah,
I can't prove or disprove that either. We're talking about the sky again. That again, if you're a Bible believer, you don't think any human's going to ascend into the heavens, which means no man went into the moon, because it also tells you that the moon is in the heavens. But that's another, we'll discuss that now. But
yeah, I mean, I'm a firm believer.
I started down this track of superfluid, trying to discuss with a think group around my community, a scientific think group that I belong to. We met in person, and one of my main questions was, what happens to all the helium, right? And helium, where does it go? What does it do? What does it turn into? Does it escape out into space? At this time, I was a Glover, and then they had a quantum locking seminar, physics seminar at my local university that was going to be, showing quantum locking, but also talking about different stuff, but a lot of physics and a lot of the quantum stuff. And I went to it, and it was one of the coolest lectures I've ever been to.
Yeah, that does sound interesting. I've always been interested in like flight, airplanes. And then of course I grew up in Central Florida, close to Cape Canaveral. I watched tons of stuff get launched, and as a kid I wanted to be an astronaut. Um, and there's just so many things about high altitude that are just so weird, like pressure dropping, the fact that gases that we need are sitting here on the surface of the Earth, but not, at 100,000 feet or even 1,000 feet. You lose a lot of oxygen. A lot of it it doesn't make sense. And the real big thing is, though, when you look at the space shuttle and when it goes up and you put it to scale, like we were talking about earlier, how far it really is from the surface of the ball, it's really not that far away. It's like, if we were using a basketball for the Earth, the space shuttle's like half an inch or above the surface. Like, it used to make me question a lot of things. Like, they're not really going to space; they're just going to an extremely high altitude. And why? Why are we not going higher than that?
Currently, as far as I know, this came out maybe 6 months ago to a year, and they said that the world record right now for the highest altitude rocket, amateur rocket, is 460,000 feet.